So just last week, President Biden was being asked by more than 20 Democrats to drop out of the upcoming presidential race. Well, he decided he didn't want to do that, and he told his constituents, he told the American people, and he told his administration, don't push me out. I am going to run and I'm going to win. Well, then just last week, or over the weekend, former President Donald Trump had an attempted assassination on his life. Well, this is where things took a turn. I want to show you some stuff. First off, 65% of Democrats say that Biden should drop out after the debate disaster. This is just from today. It says 7 in 10 adults say Biden should drop out of the race, according to an AP poll. Now, we're going to address this because, again, this is after former President Donald Trump had an assassination attempt on his life. So, we're going to get to this in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So what is going on at this time? Well, things are getting very interesting. The first thing that you need to understand is that Democrats and many of their ideas, their decisions, and their motives to get rid of President Biden, those have not changed. President Biden at this time is seen as the weak link for Democrats moving into this election. Many Democrats that have already tied their ticket to him, hitched their wagon to him, the problem is that he could potentially pull them down. He's already hurting many Democrats at this time because they are trying to raise funds. They're trying to bring in some money so that they can advertise and they can campaign. The problem is many mega donors are withholding millions and millions of dollars. Just this weekend, we heard that they were potentially holding $90 million from Democrats. $90 million is a good chunk of change. That is going to stop people from being able to actually campaign. Now, I want to show you this. After former President Donald Trump took a shot to the ear, we heard from many media outlets that this upcoming election will be a landslide for Republicans. Republicans are going to win. Well, look at this. It says, don't bet on those Trump landslide predictions just yet. But why? Why should we not be betting on a landslide for Republicans? Well, it actually has a few different reasons why. I want to read you the first little bit of this article. This is from The Hill, and then we'll move forward. But it says right here, the failed assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump has led to speculation that he is headed for a victory of landslide proportions in November. It says the election, for all intents and purposes, appears to be over. It says now, more than ever, Trump is headed for a landslide victory in November. Now, why would some people say that this is going to be a landslide and other people are going to say no? That we are potentially not going to vote for him. That he's not the right candidate. Well, the reason for this is, number one, you look at one side and somebody just tried to take his life. And it's looking like that, some snipers that tried to get up onto the roof where the shooter was at, that they could have actually saved former President Donald Trump. But here's the key. What if another attempt happens and yet it's more successful? Let's hope that doesn't happen. Again, we don't want to wish that upon anybody. But if that were to happen and he's elected president, then his running mate would then be the president. That's J.D. Vance, right? And so this is where some are saying, well, I can't vote for that guy because that there's a chance that he could be targeted again. And if he's targeted again and it's successful, which would be unfortunate, but if they actually take his life, the problem is now who his running mate would then be the president, right? People would just step up. So that's why some say it might not be a landslide because people are looking at it from all angles. Others say this is going to be a landslide because the Republican Party that were voting for him, They are going to go all out to ensure that he is the next president because he just showed us that it's all about the United States. He gets shot in the ear, and now all you hear is fight, fight, fight. Right? Make sure that he is still there. Okay. Well, I want to show you this. Because again, keep in mind that about a week ago, a little bit over a week ago, President Biden was being asked to step down. Then this attempt on Donald Trump's life happened. And now Democrats are saying, well, this might not be the best move to remove President Biden, because if they do that, now it just seems like they're giving more ammunition to the Republican Party. Look at this. It says, Democrat push to replace Biden is over after Trump assassination attempt, President's allies say. It says Biden's critics have lost all momentum due to the attack. I told you guys this before, that all it takes is one major event. I was not thinking that this would be the event, but all it takes is one major event and things will shift. If Congress were to pass a bill, that would have been a major event, things would shift, and President Biden would now have all those Democrats back in his corner. At this time, a major shift happened. They lost all momentum. Now, no one's discussing removing President Biden. What they are discussing is how can we limit his exposure to the media so that people don't see exactly how much he's declined in the past 3 or 4 years. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, but the one thing I can tell you is Democrats don't believe they can remove him. Let me show you this. It says a steady stream of Democratic lawmakers and top donors had called on Biden to drop out of the race throughout last week and the weekend. Allies of Biden now say Trump's attempted slaying has taken the wind from the sails of Biden's critics. It's all over. One ally of the president told NBC News, "You just lose all momentum." Says they were having a very bad political day, and then we had this supernova event. Now it's frozen. If you're an advocate for how do we tell the old man it's time to go, it's really hard to have that conversation publicly. This event blocks out the sun right now. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Somebody to have some type of massive event like this, that's all it takes. Now, what's next? Well, here's what you need to keep in mind. There are two candidates, two people that we will be voting for in this upcoming election. There may be maybe an independent, we don't know. But the two major parties are going to have former President Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. The other party will be the Democrats, who will have President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Those are the two people, two different groups we can vote for. It will be one of those two. Now, this is where things get interesting. Does former President Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, do they have a different method to win? Do they have something that they can give to Social Security recipients, to college students, to low-income families, business owners? How are they going to win votes? And as far as current President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, what are they going to offer? Are they going to do something for Social Security? Are they going to save it? Keep in mind, it becomes insolvent in 2035. Is he finally going to get something done for college students and pretty much forgive up to $10,000 in student loan debt? Is he going to do something for affordable housing? Just the other day, he talked about capping rents at 5% for those that, well, there's a lot of issues there, okay? But for larger landlords, people that are trying to raise rents, or they can get tax credits and all this stuff, there's a lot of discussions there. He's trying to bring down inflation. Is it going to happen? I don't know. But these are all questions we're gonna have answers to very soon. But the only question that we have right now is who is going to lead the country over the next 4 years? That's the big question. As of right now, Democrats are backing off their stance that President Biden has to step down. So as of right now, it seems like President Joe Biden will be the candidate. Some Democrats are saying that they should hold off on that nominee, but again, this could happen very quickly. So we'll see what happens moving forward. The one thing I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way, and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.